Right now on your News at 4, the jury hearing about financial crimes committed by Alex Murdaugh, what that means for this case. Plus, after school threats across the Midlands, school safety groups advocating for new legislation to protect students. We'll tell you what they're asking lawmakers to do. And a family in mourning after their loved one was killed while trying to meet up to buy a dog. What we have learned about that investigation, your News at 4, starts right now. Another explosive day of testimony for day 12 of the Alex Murdaugh double murder trial. The jury now having an opportunity to hear about Murdaugh's alleged financial crimes. Prosecutors have said those witnesses are key to their case. Our Greg Adeline giving us an update on the testimony heard today.
Yeah, that's right, Judy. There was a lot of financial evidence laid out today from Jeannie Seckinger. She is the CFO of PMPED. That's the law firm where Alex Murdaugh worked for all of those years. She worked alongside him. And we heard from her last week. You'll remember that she was in one of those in-camera hearings where she gave some detailed testimony to the court. But this time she told her story to the jury. And her testimony took several hours as she laid out case after case about Alex Murdaugh's alleged financial crimes. She described a scheme that lasted close to 10 years in which Alex Murdaugh, she said, managed to steal over $5 million from clients and his law firm. In case after case, Seckinger describing how money awarded to Murdaugh's clients went instead directly to Alex Murdaugh instead of the law firm through a shell account at Bank of America that Murdaugh set up called Forge. Prosecutor Creighton Waters ran through line by line a detailed accounting of incidents where Murdaugh stole money and diverted funds. And really, Judy, the repetition here was key, hammering to the jury the scope of his corruption. Now, she also said that in the days before the murders, Murdaugh sought to divert money to his wife Maggie's account ahead of a hearing on June 10th in the Mallory Beach boat crash, where he was a defendant. The Mallory Beach boat crash, another key facet of this case, because in that lawsuit, he would have to disclose all of his financial accounts. But she also described a key meeting at PMPED the afternoon of June the 7th, 2021, the same day of the murders. The murders happened later that night. Seckinger testified she pressed Murdaugh about $792,000 in missing fees that she had uncovered and was really demanding an explanation. But she said that the conversation was cut short. After the murders, Seckinger said that the investigation into those missing funds went on hold for a while. Another key component in all of this testimony today. She said that everyone at the firm was justifiably concerned. Want to play a couple of moments from that testimony because she said in September she would discover the extent of Alex Murdaugh's schemes. And she detailed, again, line by line, some of those checks that were supposed to go back to the firm that went to Alex Murdaugh instead. And then you'll also hear about how she described, once they found out the extent of these schemes, what she described as a betrayal of trust. Take a listen.
All right, and looking at the second page of this exhibit, what is this?
This is the check made payable to Forge for the $225,073.46.
And that went to the fake Forge?
Yes.
All right. Did the law firm ultimately have to pay that money back?
We did.
And why did you have to pay it back?
Because Alex stole it.
Misconduct has been going on since as early as 2011?
Unfortunately, when we found that out.
Right. So some 10 years before the murders of Maggie and Paul, correct?
That's correct. He managed to fool a lot of people, myself included.
I understand. And I understand you have the right to be very hurt and angry about that. And are you hurt and angry about that?
Oh, yes. I take it very personally. It haunts me that I let this, or that this happened.
You feel like it happened on your watch? And
I think anybody would feel normal feeling like that. It's a big betrayal of trust.
Yeah, and that's what made that testimony so compelling, as she talked about that betrayal of trust and really the possibility that those crimes that extended over a decade might possibly be exposed. That's what the prosecution is trying to hammer in terms of motive in this case. They say, what would cause Alex Murdaugh perhaps to murder his wife and his son? Well, they say it was the possible disclosure of all of these potential crimes. We are live in Walterboro as testimony continues here at the Colleton County Courthouse. I'm Greg Adeline. Let's send it back to you.